Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. The jacuzzi is in situ and it is level. I know you are all on the edge of your seat waiting to hear about my decking. Right, 3 subjects for today's video. The Palace Gates, the Photoshop with Catherine, and Samantha Markle losing the defamation case. Now, just to sum it up, for those people who might be like me and I only watch a few seconds of a video and I go, nah, I'll just cut to the nub of it. None of it is good news for Meghan from a PR standpoint. Let's get started. Right, let's start with Catherine and Photoshop. So I've been busy cleaning the house and doing some DIY, you know, annual maintenance, and I'm hearing this in the background, various YouTube videos and basically the news, making an enormous hoo-ha over what I do not know. Right, little Charlotte's jumper, a little bit of the pattern didn't look right, oh my god. I did notice Catherine wasn't wearing her engagement ring and wedding ring, but I mean, she's poorly, you know, maybe she took it off in the COVID. That was the only thing I'd noticed when they first released the photo. Very nice family photo. Who cares? Well, let's go into who cares. Suddenly, we're all getting a lecture from legacy media on transparency, openness and honesty. We're getting a lecture from who now? About what now? I'm sorry, but after the decades of my life that have passed, and I've seen nothing but legacy media toe the line or are clearly paid by this PR company, that PR company, this celebrity, that political party, and now they're fussing over a little itty bitty thing on Princess Charlotte's sleeve. And so what? I was going to swear, but I'm not going to. So what? So what if she photoshopped it? Now, me personally, I've never I don't actually take pictures and I don't edit pictures. That's much more Graham's department. The legacy media, are you having a laugh about transparency and trust being broken? Oh my God. One example. 2004, 2005, Christmas, New Year, Graham and I watching the telly, and they just go, oh, there's been a bit of a tsunami, killed 500,000 people. And now on to how to make a cup of tea the correct way, which we're going to now dedicate the next 20 minutes of the news programme to. What? And Graham and I are like, whoa, what's happened? A tsunami, what, where? How many people have been killed? What's happened? 2 weeks. We had to wait until legacy media went, oh yeah, actually that was really quite a big thing. Maybe forget the cup of tea thing. You know, you can make your tea how you like. So we're getting lectures of these people. Are they fucking mad? I'm sorry, I can't not swear. Are they fucking mad? Even royal commentators going on and on and on about this. Now let's talk about photoshopping in general, shall we? There are quite a few photographs on the internet that are definitely not photoshopped. Circa 2019, Birkenhead. Now I know a lot of those are, some of them are photos and some of them are stills off video, but they are not photoshopped. So shall we have a look at things that are not photoshopped as opposed to things that are? And I don't really understand why the princess felt the need that she had to apologise for it. It's quite interesting that she did, because now she has and has admitted it and said, yes, so, you know, I wanted it to be a perfect family photo. Oh, ouch. Isn't that going to make an awful lot of people start looking at other photographs? Oh my God, oh dear. That could be awkward. No, I don't mean for the royal family. I mean, I could be referring to anybody. The Kardashians, I don't know. Celebrities, Katie Price, I don't know. Could be referring to anybody really, couldn't I? Or other things. This hair is not photoshopped on, by the way, you know. Ginger, it is a little ginger, but it's not photoshopped on to cover up a gigantic bald patch with a new bush. As Graham said this morning, why not just wear a toupee? You know, get a toupee, Harry, if it's that important to you. Good gracious me, I think we've walked into the twilight zone or some kind of alternate reality where legacy media that's really, it's way behind everybody else, isn't it? I can see they get their news off X, they get their news off YouTube, because when they do these things and they lie on the news, people go, next stop, YouTube conspiracy theorists, which would be otherwise known as us, citizens of planet Earth, who go, hang on a minute, what were they saying about that tsunami? I'm going to go to the internet and find out a little bit more about this. I'll find some YouTubers that know about this. I'll find some people on the internet that are kind of in that area or know what's happened. I'm not going to get my news from the news anymore, because they're lying, or they're lying by omission. So I do think this is a bit rich, and the double-edged sword is that, of course, a lot of people are going to be looking at an awful lot of Harry and Meghan's photos. Why did the news agency reject the photo from the Prince and Princess of Wales and not reject one or two other little photos from the Sussex camp? Well, I guess they'll have to answer to that in the days and weeks to come, and I can see this turning into a big thing where everybody's going to be analysing literally everything. Samantha Markle. I mean, do you think any of the Catherine stuff is going to make Meghan more popular? Her sugars are out there, on fire. Is that going to make Meghan more popular, WME? Is it going to help her get jobs in Hollywood, or anywhere for that matter? Even McDonald's, I'm not quite sure. Samantha Markle lost her defamation lawsuit. It's completely out of the question, according to, what was the judge called? Honeywell. Is that going to make Meghan more popular? I mean, when you're an all-powerful multimillionairess and there's an impoverished relative who's been shat on from a great height, is the way I see it. Meghan went on Oprah, which is global TV, and said da-da-da-da-da about her sister, and her sister's had a lot of hate. And the whole world is looking. Meghan, not only a multimillionairess, is a member of the British royal family, married to someone who's in a very powerful family. And she's there, stamp, stamp, stamp on the impoverished sister. Is that a good PR look? I don't think so. Why not get some puppies and drown them live on the internet? Why not stamp on some kittens? Why not kick the shit out of some babies? Because that's all-powerful, little tiny harmless creatures, little tiny children. Why not try something like that for a PR exercise? Because from where I'm sitting, that very much seems to be Meghan's thing. Meghan's PR people love to see Meghan exert power and crush the little people and kick the shit out of people in the royal family who cannot speak out and defend themselves. Oh, what a bad look that is, WME. And still scratching their heads. Why can't we get Meghan any work anywhere? Or well, I wonder why. Buckingham Palace gates, talking of legacy media giving us a lecture about transparency. So I see this. Some lunatic has driven a car at the gates of Buckingham Palace and nobody's talking about it. Now, for the life of me, I don't know what they were thinking. You know, I don't think any of the royal family actually lived there. And as we can testify, having done a live outside the palace gates, there's a great big steel ramp that comes up. And in order for cars to go down, a police officer has to press the button and a ramp goes down. So how far did the guy think he was going to get? It's surrounded by armed police. Did he think his life, I think it's a he, did he not think, well, that's my life over? I mean, has social media driven people so crazy? I've no idea what the motives of this individual were, because legacy media just are not talking about it. It's far more interesting to talk about little Princess Charlotte's pattern on her jumper sleeve. Oh my God. And they want to talk about transparency and honesty. Now, to put a word of defence in for Meghan, Meghan herself or Harry have not actually said a word, as far as I'm aware publicly, about the photoshopping. They haven't said a word. But when I first heard about this, oh, Photoshop, oh, let's all lose our shit all over the internet about it, I thought, I wonder if Meghan and Harry are behind this. And that was a very unfair thing for me to think, because there is no evidence whatsoever that they are behind this. But that was my first thought. When I heard Samantha Markle had lost her defamation suit, my first thought was, I think that Meghan's really quite a bitch. Why can't she reach out to her half-sister, take it all off the public stage and make good behind the scenes? And again, I'm being very unfair to Meghan. And I've got to say, we all have to be careful not to lose our shit all over social media or YouTube, not to get too carried away. Believe me, these things, the lawsuit may look like a win in the short run, but it's not in the long run. I mean, that Oprah interview, that was years ago, and she still can't get work in Hollywood, I believe, because of that interview. Whereas in the days and weeks after the interview, everybody was like, oh, Meghan's winning, Meghan's winning. And I thought at the time, this is going to run and run and run. Then the fake curtsy thing on Netflix, that was over a year ago now, and that will run and run and run. It's almost as if the girl just doesn't understand PR. And it's got to a point where someone like me, I like to think of myself as fairly level-headed, that I instantly think, I wonder if Photoshop scandal is something to do with Meghan. I wonder if WME asked the photo agency to reject the photo and make a big hoo-ha about it. I wonder if WME have asked CNN to make a big hoo-ha about it. I'm wondering a lot of things. Why am I thinking those things? Why am I automatically thinking, is Meghan behind this? Is she trying to tear down Catherine? Oh, maybe it was because Omid Scobie said Catherine's racist in his Endgame book last year, which was only a few months ago, actually. Yeah, it could be that. I don't know. So her public image, and I'm not talking about the girl herself, because I have never met Meghan Markle and I have no idea what she's like in real life. As I've said before, she could be the loveliest person, but her public image, the way that she communicates with the whole of the planet, of everybody who knows, has heard of her, the way she communicates with us earthlings is not very successful. Catherine, on the other hand, the way that she and William and the royal family communicate with us is very successful, because they don't open their mouths, they don't express political preferences, so we have no idea. We don't really know anything about them other than they turn up and they do their job and they look nice and everybody's happy with that, and that is tremendously successful. Whereas Meghan, on the other hand, she just can't stop flapping her lips on stage, and these lawsuits, none of this does her any good at all. Does anybody out there think that a Hollywood director or a studio or even Netflix now must be thinking, yikes, what have we got ourselves into? Because the look is so bad. It's so bad. None of this is good for Meghan. I'm not including the Buckingham Palace gates thing, although actually when I first heard about that, and you're going to think I'm a loony, I actually thought, I wonder if that was a sugar. You know, they've just got themselves so wound up on social media. They've gone, I'm going to get my car and drive into Buckingham Palace. I'm going to get them. You know, never mind the great big steel plate that is going to stop all their dreams. Good grief. Why did I think? Could that be a sugar? Then my second thought was, I wonder if it's a deranged human being who used to be normal before social media came along. And I'm really talking about Twitter, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know. Answers on a postcard, please. Thank you very much for listening.